Hello everyone, welcome back to another session. In this session, I'm going to discuss about one real-time scenario which I have faced in my current project. So, uh, we have a few customers, against those invoices, users has been created a credit memos. So, for that credit memo, while creating a credit memo, they have not updated the invoice reference against to the which invoice this credit memo has been created. Later, it will be very difficult to find out now. So let me access the transaction code SBL5N customer line item report. Here, this is my customer. Let's suppose, for example, this is my customer, and here we have multiple credit memo documents. Likewise, we have for 100 to 200 customers, total we have 17 to 18K credit memos has been posted without this invoice reference field. So basically, they have to update the invoice number here against to this which invoice they are posting the credit memo. So they have forgot to update it. So now the requirement is we need to update this invoice reference field for all the 17 or 18,000 credit memo. So and when they are going to display this credit memo and going on change mode, display change mode also this field is not in the editable mode. So if it is editable, even though they will be try to update it invoice reference manually, but it will take a lot of time for them. So they have given the requirement to us. So now here we have to follow the two steps in the first step we have to bring that field as in the editable mode, and then we need to create one LSMW program to update the invoice reference. So for this we need some data from the client, means say business, like company code, document number, and physical year. You need these three fields information to run the LSMW and update the invoice reference. Sorry, also the invoice reference. So let's suppose my company code is 1000 and my document number is from 12345. This is my invoice number and this is the physical year. Against this, what is the invoice number which I need to update in the invoice reference field? Okay, this like this they have to provide. This will be the credit memo. This will be the my credit memo document. Against to that, whatever the invoice number I need to update, that invoice number they have to provide me so that I can go and update the same document number in the invoice reference field. So this is the approach. So let's start with the first step. So we need to bring this field as in the editable mode. So for that, let me go to the SAP. Come back here, almost back. Going to another session. So here I will be using the transaction code OB32 change rules for the document. Now here we need to scroll down. The icon type would be the D and the field name would be bseg and yeah, REBZZ. This is the one we need to select this one, and here we need to select field can be changed, and then in stipulations for changing and line item not clear, we need to select this one, otherwise the system will not allow to save. Let's try. Okay, it's allowed anyhow, it's allowed. Field can be changed now. Now go one step back, one more step back. Now I will go back to the IPL 5 and report. Okay, now I will executing this report. Then I will be taking this document number 166160000, filling with the true. Just double click this document. You can see here this is the okay. Go to that. We are currently in the display mode. Just click on edit mode. Now I can see this field is showing as the editable mode now. Okay, now I can enter it, but the problem is I cannot enter the each credit memo one by one, because I have a huge data like 18,000, 17 to 18,000 credit memos I have. So it will take a minimum 2 to 3 days for me. So instead of but doing the manually, we can proceed with the LSMW program. So before proceeding with the LSMW program, whatever the change we have done in the OB32, it should be moved to the production system. Then we need to create a file first. We need to have a documents list, like for example, in my case here I have a total 20 credit memos. Let me filter out in the document type level. Yeah, sorry. G. This document 1000. So here I will be copying all the document numbers which needs to be updated. And company code, and then physical year. Then I need to update the invoice reference. What is the invoice number against to this credit memo? So if I go here, let me go one step back and execute it again. Yeah, this is my invoice number which needs to be updated against to the each in credit memo. Yeah, this is my file has been ready now. And then this is the second step we are processing, and after the second step we need to we should have one more step, yeah, which we need to make the mandatory for the credit memo. Invoice reference should be make it as a mandatory. So that when we make mandatory, so next time onwards, whenever the user is trying to create the credit memo, it will ask the invoice reference field as a mandatory. Unless he entered the invoice reference number, system will not allow him to move further. Okay, so we have to do the array third step, so that in the future we may not see the same issue. Okay, now I will be going to the LSMW create one legacy migration workbench. Sorry. So here I will be entering FB75 UEF. Yeah, credit memo. Likewise, here I have given the project and sub-project and object, and then click on create entry. Okay, I will be maintaining the same as the description, and then sub-project as well, the project description and object as well, same thing I am maintaining, and then click on click on execute. Then the first step, like define object attributes. Just click on double click and display, click on change, and then select the batch input recording, and then you can select the recordings overview, and then click on create recording here, and then your recording name you need to give something like epic 75, and then here same thing, and then hit enter. Then system will ask you the transaction code. Then you need to enter all the details like this one, the first create memo and against this. So let's keep the data ready, and here, oh sorry, the transaction code would be FB02. The transaction code would be FB02. By using the transaction code FB02, we will be updating the changing the document. So we need to use this transaction code. Just enter the transaction code. Then the system will ask you the document number and company code and physical year. The document number, and then the company code and physical year. So here, whenever you enter the FB02 transaction and hit enter, system will bring you in the new screen. Like here, you need to enter the document number, company code, and physical year, and then hit enter, and then double click on this post key 11, the customer line item, and then go to this invoice reference, and then update the invoice number, and then click on save and hit enter. So once it is done, then system will come back to the LSMW. Then here click on default values. So then all the field value will be updated. What are the fields which have been recorded? So here you can see this is the your input details like document number, company code, and physical year. And then here baseline date for due calculation. No, we are not updating this one. We have only updated this one, document number, the following with number. So then here this field is not required, and this one is also not required. Only this much we need. Then click on save, then go back, one more step back, and click the recording. Just do F4, and system will automatically bring the recording structure, and then click on the save, and then come one step back. The first step is done now. Now go to the second step, define soap structure, ID, click on create, and give some name like maybe 75 credit memo. Then save, come one step back, then define source field. Before going to this, just go to object overview, and then click on list here, and scroll all the way down here. Then after the transaction code, whatever the fields are there, you just need to copy those fields like this. Go to the another Excel sheet, you push it over here, and then these details as well. Yes, okay. I need this length of the field. Then go one step back, then go to the define source field, and then click on ID, and click on this table maintenance. Put the cursor here and click on table maintenance, and then select this and paste it over here. then click on save. Somehow the Belknap document number description has not been updated. Okay, no problem. Save this one. Come one step back. Define structure relations. Here just click on edit and click on save. And go one more step back. Then define field mapping and conversion rules. Come here, click on edit and select extra and click on auto field mapping. Just hit enter, 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 enter. Mapping is completed. Then click on save and come one step back. And in this step you don't need to do anything. Back. Now you need to prepare the file structure. You need to prepare and remove all these details. These are not required. Just copy this one and copy this one and go to here. Select transpose this way. Just delete it. Here this is a Belknap Booker's company code. Belknap is document number, Booker's company code, and GJHR is your physical year, and this REBG is your invoice reference. We need to copy. We already saved here. Just select. This is your credit memo number, credit memo document number, and paste it in the Belknap. And in the Bookers it will be 2003 default all, and then the physical year 2025, and then the invoice reference. In my case, the same invoice for all the credit memos. So I'm selecting all the credit memos. Copy and go to here and paste it over here. Then we don't need the first line. First row we don't need. Remove it, and this is also not required, so I'm then here just select this alt okay, and then click on a file and save as browser desktop LSMW. Save as type, we need to select as the text tab delimited, then click on save. Your file is ready now. Now go back to the LSMW screen, and then here double click on specify files, click on edit, and then legacy data front end. Just double click here and select your file. So I have selected the file. So give some name like MP75 wait memo, and then delimiter. Make sure you need to select this one, and then click on continue, and then click on save and go one step back. Then assign files. Just edit this one, click on save, go back, read data, click on execute, and system will show you the number of the records. The number of records are total 20. Then display read data, display the data that been reading, and then come one step back and then go to convert data, and again on execute 20 records, and then one more step back and display convert data. Okay, this is also fine. Then create a batch input session. Batch input session has been created, and before executing this, I just want to show you the credit memos which I have created. So the first one you can see, while creating a recording, it has been updated in the first document. If you go check the second document, the invoice reference field is blank, and the third document also it's blank, and like this. so blank, and I'll open this one. So remaining all documents are blank. As you can see, invoice reference is blank. You can see here, create memo, this one. It is also blank. This is also blank. And 18. This is also blank. And 21. This is also blank. Yeah, remaining all is blank. Now I'll come back from this screen. And yeah, I have this. Okay. Now I will be executing the batch input session. Double click here, select your batch input session and click on process. Then select the display errors only and then click on process. So it will be executing now. Now it's the backend, it's updating the data for all the 20 records. Yeah, now this is done. Process of batch input session completed. If you want to exit the batch input session, just you need to select. If you want to check the session overview, just select the session overview. Then here you can see the updated yeah, sorry, process set. Okay, this one, and click on log here. Yeah, this is the log. Just double click here. You can see no changes were made. The first document which is already updated, so that's why it's saying no changes were made. And for the second document, it's showing as changes have been saved. Changes have been saved for all the remaining documents. Saying changes has been saved. Okay, now go back to the FBL 500 report. My FBL 500 report. Just click on execute, and then these are my credit memos. If I open the 18, you see here it's already updated, and then I will open the 20. Here also it's updated, and the second one also it's updated, and this one updated, again updated. Likewise, we need to update. So once this is done, then we have to do the third step. In the third step, we need to make this field as a mandatory field, so that after going forward, if again they are going to business going to create a trade memo, system will stop them if they haven't entered any value in the invoice reference field. Okay, to do that, we need to use the transaction code OB41. So if you see the trade for the trade memo, we need to use the posting key 11. Just double click here and maintain field status, and then click on general data, and then here you can see the invoice reference. Here you can it's currently set as optional. That's why system is not stopping the user if they haven't entered the invoice reference. Now we will be making as a required entry, and then click on save. Okay, now I will be going back to NV75, and I will create one create memo, and then I will show you. System will shock me if I don't enter the invoice reference field. And let me do this and then I will enter the profit center. So saying that, so bring me in the invoice reference field here. So if you can see here, this is set as a mandatory, so that's why it's stopping me here. If I try to skip this field, it will saying make an entry mandatory field invoice reference. So I need to enter the invoice reference, then only it will allow me to post the document. Until unless I didn't enter it will not allow me to post. Don't I will remove it again, then see, it will not allow me to move forward. No. Select this and then click on save. So now the document has been posted. Let's display this document. So double click the posting key 11 item. So here you can see. So this is the solution which I have proposed. This is the way I have in the first step I have modified this field to change mode. System should allow in the document change level B02 system should allow enable us to enter the data. The first step. In the second step, I have created one LSMW program to update the already posted invoices. In the third step, I have made this field as a required entry so that going forward, if they are going to enter create that create memo, system will stop them if they haven't entered the invoice reference field. Okay, so that's all in this session. Thank you so much.